See, first, before going to this Power BI or say business intelligence tools, let's understand what is this business intelligence, why it is used, and then we'll come to these tools. So anyways, today I'll not teach you anything on working on Power BI. That will start from tomorrow. But today, what I'll do is I'll explain about the background of it, the Power BI layouts, and what all it will do, and how we can use it. Okay, these things we'll discuss. First of all, business intelligence means it is about studying of the data and converting that into reports. The data, what I'm speaking, can be a raw data, and this raw data can be of various forms. So what are these different forms? I'll tell you. Mainly, it will be on Excel, CSV files, text files, or it can be from internet, that is web page, or it can be from databases like Access, SQL Server, so MySQL, Oracle, or it can be any of these kind of sources. Now, what will happen is when I have a raw data, when it is given to a person who doesn't know anything, he doesn't know how to create the reports out of it. Or it can be like you just see the data and you don't know what actually you can do with the data. So what will happen? People who are analyst or say people who are reporting analyst, MIS reporting analyst or business analyst, what they do is they'll collect all these raw data from various data sources. So data sources means just think about these sources what I mentioned, that is Excel or CSV or text files or whatever. Taking that data, what they do is they'll study that and they'll see what all reports I can create out of it. So to study this data, this is called as business intelligence. What they do is they'll study the complete data and they'll come up with some plans where they can create a reports which can be easily understood by a normal person. That normal person, what I'm talking, can be my client, or it can be the users, or any others who are actually reading, say in internet or something. You can see in internet there'll be a lot of reports. And nowadays you can see this virus cases. There's a lot of reports which are coming. If you go to some of the websites, they'll say COVID-19 say reports. If you go and open some websites, you can see a lot of charts. If you go and click on one button or say some drop downs, you'll have a list of country. Say I want to see the Indian the cases, or I want to study that. Just click on that, I'll get the results there. So this is actually called as business intelligence. So when an analyst or people who are creating reports, they study the data with some say what is that studying of the data, they need some tools to create these reports. The reports can be of various forms. One is they can show it in table, they can show that in charts, or any other forms wherein it will be easy for any normal person to understand. So to create these kind of reports, we have something called as business intelligence tools. So these are the tools which are Power BI, Tableau, or say MicroStrategy, or there are so many other things like this, which will help me in creating the reports. Now, if you see this Excel also can be created. Now we can create some reports out of it. But Excel is not completely business intelligence tool, because there we do a lot of manual things also. Suppose if you want to create a chart, I have to go and select the range and then I have to create. But now if you see with the new version, see newer versions, that is from 2016 and above, you can see there are so many automated options which is similar to your business intelligence tools. So business intelligence means understanding of the data and creating the reports which is required. Much more easier way. That's all. Very simple. And I told you, to create these kind of reports, we need this business intelligence tools, and these are the tools. In this, Power BI is also one tool. Now many of them will think that okay, Power BI means it's a very advanced tool, or say it is very advanced options, whether I can learn this or not. So I'll tell you, business intelligence tools, I'm not talking only about the Power BI, I'm talking about business intelligence tools, is just a simple concept of say pivot tables. In pivot tables, if you have worked in Excel, it is like just drag and drop. I'm not telling it is a pivot table, it's a concept of pivot table. Whatever data I'm actually importing to this business intelligence tools, we just have to go drag and drop and create the reports. That's all. So it is that easy here. And any business intelligence tools are very easy to learn because it is not like you're writing a program or you have to do something technically. It is just like drag and drop. But what you have to learn here is when I'm dragging and dropping, so what actually I should drag and where actually I should drop so that I'll get a proper reports. So this is what you actually have to think. So people who are actually working on business intelligence or who are attending this session, or if you are explaining to someone, make sure that you have the clarity. So don't get confused. The Power BI is very easy, a very easy tool because it is just the extension of your Excel. If you know Excel, Power BI is really very easy. Not only this, any other tools also I'm telling. This business intelligence tool, say Power BI, it is becoming more popular. Why? Because it is open source. Now people will ask, sir, how can I actually install this? How can I actually, download this? You don't have to worry at all. Power BI is very freely available open source, which you can download. I'll show you how to go to that website and how you can actually download that and install as well. If you think that you want to go for professional version, then you'll have to pay for it. The professional version is not required for you as of now because a professional version, what will have is it is about how we can publish it. So you don't have to bother about using that kind of say professional level of softwares. You can go with the Power BI desktop version, whatever is there. In this itself, you can publish the data, but not to the extent what I'm talking about the professional level of publishing the say reports. To download, what I'll do is, see, I'll just go to Google. I can just go to this Google and then just type Power BI desktop. Desktop download. See, you get this downloads. You can go here and you can download it. So here have this Microsoft Power BI desktop. There are so many other services here. Just don't download these things. Download this one, that is Power BI desktop. You can say download or say advanced download options. Just click on this. You will get those options. See, just say download. You will get this. See, if you have 64-bit, then you can download this, or if you have 32-bit, you can download this and you can start installing it. It is completely free, so you don't have to go and pay for someone, or say some people, what they do, they'll go to your say computer service center and say I want to install something, then again they'll charge you something. So don't do that. It is just 283.7 MB or say 261.5 MB. You can download it, install it, just open the exe file and say next, next, next. It will get installed. Once you install, if you go to the start here, you will get something called as Microsoft say Power BI desktop like this, and you can click here. It will open the application like this. So again, I'm telling you, don't spend money in this. You can easily download. It's open source, and then you can start installing by yourself, and then you'll get an application like this, Microsoft Power BI desktop. Once you install, then I can open this like this. To understand the complete layout or say the Power BI, it is very simple because it is exactly similar to your other Microsoft applications like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, exactly like that. And this Power BI is also from Microsoft. So you don't have to think that okay, the layout will be different or something like that. It's very similar. Once I open this Power BI desktop, you can see this. I'll get this welcome screen. This welcome screen will have a lot of options here. If you see this, this is the recent files which I've worked or recent file which I've opened. And here you can see get data and recent sources. This get data is nothing but I was talking about the data sources, that is Excel, CSV files or whatever. If I click on this, I'll get those lists. Recent sources means it is something like recent data source what I have opened. To connect that, I can use this. These are the recent Power BI files. The Power BI files will have a file name extension of PBIX. So this also is very important to know. Open other reports. It is like I'm trying to open other PBIX files. Coming to this part is about the tutorials or some example files. If you think that you want to learn more or say you want to explore more, you can go here. A lot of videos are there. You can just click in one of the videos and this will open with videos and you can check this. Though they'll not have in-depth of detailed explanation, but it is very easy. So after finishing this course, you can go through all these things so that it will be easy for you to understand as well. Next comes this part. This part is all about the informations. I was talking about the tutorials here. Here you'll have a lot of tutorials here. Here you can go and you can check the detailed explanation of complete Power BI tool. It is like a user manual, whatever is there, and a lot of other options also. And what you see here, what's new? If you click on this, what will happen? I'll just show you. It will take some time. What's new? What it will do is it open a website of this Microsoft Power BI. All the new options. Every month there will be updates which will happen. Let it open. I'll be explaining this one. Every month there will be some new options. Those options will be given there, and you keep updating yourself. Next is about the forums. The forums are similar to your blogs or whatever you have, where they'll have this Power BI community. There'll be a lot of experts who will be sitting there, will be explaining or say give you suggestions or answer your questions. You're doing on a project. If you're working, then what will happen is sometimes you might get some doubts or you're not getting some results. You can post a question here, so they will actually answer. There'll be a lot of experts will be available. See, this is the Microsoft Power BI blog where you'll have this. See, June 2020. This is June. So this month you'll be getting shortly. July. See, these are all the new options which will be available. So you should be keep updating yourself if you want to, get this. If you go through this, see, they would have given the examples with these videos. If you go here, so a lot of new things are there. Even we have to keep updating ourselves because there will be a lot of new options will be keep coming. So if you say that these are all the old updates here, if you say this, so every month you can see this, there are updates. So every month there will be updates like this till I think now July also they would have put, I don't know whether there is any updates. Let's check this. Okay, see, still they have not posted it. Okay, so if you want to improvise your skill set, so what you can do is you can keep checking this website. You will be getting a lot of information in this. Fine. Next is about the forum. So again, it will take to the same website, but there will be a separate section which is forums. Then this is blog. So just now what we saw is the blog. This one. This is the blog site. This one. So you'll have a lot of other things as well, not only about the every month updates. So you'll have other features also you can go and explore it. But for that you should know at least the the Power BI desktop, whatever options are there, you have to go through some of the chapters and then only you can understand that. Directly if you go, it will be a little difficult. I'm not telling that you won't understand, but it will be little difficult to understand just directly going there. Tutorials is very nice actually. What they've done is they've given step by step. Again, it's like very detailed one, so it will be difficult for you to go through everything. So first you'll have to learn the important things, then you can actually go through this. So suppose if I click on this, it will take you through this tutorials. It's again Microsoft website, see. So you'll have this tutorials, that is all the chapters will be there here. You can go and you can explore this as well. Fine. So we understood this welcome screen. Now I'll just go here. I'll just close this. I'm not selecting any of these options. I'll close this. Right. This is my Power BI desktop layout. Let's understand this, because this is a lot of new things are there here which will be actually confusing for you in the beginning, but I'll make it very simple for you. And if you see this, the screen is exactly like your MS Office applications. This is the ribbon, and what you see here is the tab, and you can see there are very less tabs here, very less tabs. A lot of options are there in this. First thing what we have to do in our Power BI is, you can see this get data. So we saw this option in the welcome screen as well. If I click on this, I'll have all the options here. These are all the data sources which I was discussing. If you see here are this Excel, SQL Server, text files, web, so many things. These are all commonly used data sources. Let me click on this more. Apart from these sources, there are so many other sources as well. It's not that only people who work on Excel will be using this Power BI desktop. Suppose if you guys are working on SQL Server, or say if you guys are working on any other sources, you can still use those sources and then create the reports. See, these are all the other sources. You can see this, all the sources here listed down here. You can select any of this. Suppose if I want say category wise, I'll go here, say click on this file. These are all the flat files. I can take the data from Excel or say CSV or any of these forms. Here I have something called as folder. Folder is nothing but when I have multiple files. Say I have some 10-15 files with a similar kind of data which I put it in one folder. If it is in Excel, I have to write a program and then take the data. But here it's not like that. Just select the folder and say connect all the data in this folder, all the files, whichever format it is, it will get imported. All this I'll explain in detail in the coming chapters. Database. So if you see this, I was talking about say SQL Server or say MS Access or any other sources, the database, MySQL. So all the database sources, whatever is there, that will be listed down here. I can connect that as well. But for this, you should have the permission. I can show you about the Access database. Other data sources I don't have the permission, and also I'm not installed it. So I'll just show you about Access database, how to connect and then create the reports. So Power Platform. These are actually about the Power BI data sets which will be stored in the servers. So this also you can connect and you can get the data. Azure, if you are good at Azure technology, you can go and connect the data with the Azure, and there also you can take the data. Online services. So here we have a lot of online services, let's say from web page or say Google Analytics or say from Google data, that also you can connect and you can get the data. Say suppose if you are doing some analysis on LinkedIn, see I can select this and I can get the data from that as well. Somewhere you can use this Facebook also. Here I'll have that Facebook option as well. Somewhere it will be there. So you can go and you can connect the Facebook as well, and then that also you can do the analysis. Facebook, not sure, somewhere it will be there. A lot of options are there. somewhere it is there. Okay, so you can explore this. So you can connect any of these websites and then you can do the analysis and you can create reports out of it as well. So I'll show you some of the online sources as well. Right, so this is for the get data. That is, I can get the data from here and I can work on these reports. So once I get the data, then only all some of the options will be enabled, then I can create the reports. Right, next, here this is again the commonly used data sources. I was talking about the recent sources. If I click on this, all the recent sources, these are all the sources which I've used. Sources in the sense the files, that's all. I've used all these data here. That will be available here, so that it is like recent opened files. Next one is about this queries as a transform data. I'll just show you this little later. And I have few other tabs here which will help me in creating the reports or modifying the reports or modifying the layout and all these things. So we'll go in depth of this in the coming sessions. Right, this is about the ribbon and the tabs. Next is about this window. You can see here there are three buttons here, or say three different things. These are actually the views. So what are these views? I'll tell you. This is about the dashboard. The dashboard, what you can see here, this window. So here I can create my dashboard. So this is called as the report. That means we are creating the reports here in this dashboard. So if I'm creating any report, then I have to click on this so that I'll get this window. Here I can create the reports. The reports are nothing but, you can see this visualization. These visualizations will be available here. So for example, I'll just click on this. So I'll get one visualization here. That is nothing but the chart or table or whatever. See, like this. I can fill the entire, say, reports here. See, like this. Right. So these are all the layouts what I've created, the visualization. Here I can drag and drop the fields here. See here. I'll get the fields. Let me just take just one. I'll just, for example, I'll just take one data here. Okay. Let it get loaded. So meanwhile, I'll just explain this as well. The next one is about the table. So once this data get connected, so what will happen is here it will come in the table. The next we have this joins. Joins means here we'll have multiple tables wherein I can join those tables and get the data. So let it get loaded. So after that, I'll show you this table and joins. Let me select this thing. As of now, just don't worry about these things. I'll explain you in detail from the next sessions. Now we'll just understand about the layouts. So I'm just getting this data here. So once I get the data, that will get loaded here in these fields. So it will take some time because the data is huge. So what it will do is it will try to load the data. So you can see that all the tables which I have selected, that will be loading here. So you wait until this gets loaded. So once it is loaded, then only I can work on other things. Otherwise, you cannot do anything because it will be processing here. So you should have some patience because this will take some time. and you can see here when processing, it will also mention the number of rows which is available in these data. See, you can see all the tables got imported. It is something like your pivot table where you can see all the tables which is available here. Now if you just click on this, you'll get that table here, and you can see the data also. See, all the columns will be available here. Now suppose if you want to create any report, you can go and just select this visualization. So I'll go here, say segment ID, and I'll say sales, and I'll get the reports here. This is such simple, just you'll have to go and select, I'll get the reports here. But the main thing is about these columns, which one to drag and which one to drop it here. So you can see this, it is getting processed. Now you'll get the reports here. See, you can see this. So likewise, I can select this visualization and I can drag and drop all these columns and I can create the reports. So this visualization is used for getting these kind of reports here, means the charts or say tables or whatever. This field is nothing but we'll have the tables which is imported, and we'll have all the columns here which I can drag and drop and create the reports. This is about the report window. Now let's click on this table. So I was talking about this tables, that is the data. So what will happen in this section, all the data whatever is there here, so that will get displayed here, so I can understand about the tables also. Let me just select one of the tables, let's say data. So what will happen when I click on this, the table data whatever is there, so we can see the data here, so that we can study and we can create the report. So it will help me in creating the reports also. Say I don't know what is segment IDC, it is available something like this. Or if you go to any other table, say I'll go to this segment and you can see this, see segment ID, something like this. Next one is about joins. Joins is again about how you can relate these tables. So we call it as relationship. You can go here, click here, you'll get all the tables which we have imported here. See, you can see that all the tables will be available here, so you can join this. So this is again a separate chapter which you will have to learn how to create the relationship between different tables. So you can see this here, I can find only the field names and the table. So I have a table and the field names. And you can see here it says column 1, column 2, column 3. That means it is not properly imported. We understood about the report, then the data, and then the model, that is the relationship. But again, there are a lot of things which you have to clean the data or say arrange the data or align the data, which will help me in creating the proper reports. If you go here and see, this one says column 1, column 2. I don't know what actually this column actually talks about. If you go to this data and see column 1, column 2, here it says segment ID, segment. Go and click on this customer. If you see this, it says column 1, column 2. Header is here somewhere. Say customer ID, customer name. So to do these kind of things, say to clean these kind of things, we have this transform data. So this is what is called as Power Query Editor. So people will be speaking about say Power Query editors or something. So this is what is called as Power Query Editor. When I say transform data, so what it will do is it will take the complete Power BI desktop into another window where all these data, whatever is there, that will be available in that window. So that's a separate editor where I can edit the data and then I can come back and I can create the reports. This Power Query Editor is available in Excel as well. Now from 2016 and above version, you can take the data into Excel and use this Power Query editor as well. See, this is a separate window here. Let me just show you. Okay. See, this is a separate window and this is a separate window. This is the desktop, Power BI desktop window, and what you see here, this one is the Power Query editor window. This one. You can see this, see, all the data, whatever I've imported, that will be available here. So what is the use of this window? See, I'll just show you one table itself, because if you do all the tables again, it will take a lot of time to process it. I have this column 1, column 2. Let me just click on this, use first row as header. So what will happen? This first row will become as a header now. See, now this has become a header. And you can see here, as soon as I clicked on this, one option got added here. One step got added here. This is called as queries. Power Query Editors. You would have heard about a lot of things on say M language or something. So this is what, see, if I go and click on this advanced editor, so here you can see this code. So we are not going to learn this code here. So if you now if someone asks you about M language or something, say this is called as M language. So this code will keep getting added. So you don't go till this. I'm just showing you this. What are queries? So queries are nothing but a kind of commands which will keep getting added here like this, and then I can process the data. So anything you can do, all the cleaning and all. So this itself is again a separate chapter which I'll be explaining in the coming sessions. So once I do this, so I'll have to save this and close. Say here, close and apply. Either you can apply and keep it as is, or you can close this. See, I can say apply. If I apply, this will get applied into Power BI desktop. If I want to close this window, I can say close and apply. If I say close, if any changes are done, it will ask for whether it to change save the changes, it will get saved. Now let's say apply. I'll not close this. When I say apply, whatever changes has been done, that will get applied here. So it is getting applied. Now previously this customer table, it was showing as column 1, column 2. Now I just clicked on one of the options here and made it as customer ID. Customer name is the headers. Now it is getting processed. Now let's go and check in the Power BI desktop. This will be changed. Let it get updated. So every changes whatever you do, so it will apply like this. So once it is applied, then only I can start working. The same process while importing the data, we're showing detecting relationships and all these things. So everything will happen here. See, you can see this. It says customer column 1, column 2. Let's go to this. See, it got changed to customer. See, customer ID and customer like this. So Power Query Editor is actually used for editing your data and doing some changes in this, and then you can get back to my Power BI desktop and then I can create the reports. So you'll be learning in depth of Power Query Editor as well. A lot of things to learn in Power Query Editor. This window, what you see here, this pan, we call it as pan. This one is for filters. Again, filter means I'm trying to filter the records here. There are three type of filters. One is the visualization or say report level, the page level, and the complete project level. So here you can see this is for the report level, what it got enabled. Filter on this page, that is within this page, and the project level, that is filter in all the pages. These filters can be done in my Power Query editor as well. Alright, let's go to this. Apart from this, you will get more other tabs here, which are called as contextual tabs, which will appear only when it is required. See, I'll go and click outside. See, those tabs gone. Now let me click on this. Again, those tabs will come. These tabs, which will appear whenever it is required, called as contextual tabs. Now let me click outside. See, again it's gone. Right. Next one. Here I have this page one. Like in Excel, what we have here also, I can create these pages like this. I can create any number of pages here, and I can create a navigation buttons also here. In the newer versions, you have something called as buttons. So previously we didn't have these buttons. Now we have this buttons as well. I'll show you in the previous version how we used to actually navigate between sheets, as well as the newer version as well. So all the new options also I've included in this so that you can work on this. After creating all these reports, I have something called as publish. When I say publish, this will take me to a kind of say website where I'll have all these reports published. And from there, I'll share the reports, which is about the professional version, what I was telling. Then everyone, the user, the clients, or whoever it is, they can check these reports online and then they can work on this. This part will come in the end, that I'll explain in the end of the session after creating all these reports. So this is about the details of business intelligence reports, business intelligence tools, and then we understood about the Power BI welcome screen, then Power BI desktop screen layouts, the options, the visualizations, the fields and filters, and we also understood about the Power Query editor, what all things we can do here. So whenever we do some changes, we'll get this query steps, and then how to apply this and coming back to this desktop and creating the reports. Okay, so this is what we have in today's session.